This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome to Gustafson Stadium on San Antonio's north side. It's week 2 of Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights, and what a matchup tonight. Two of the power programs in San Antonio. Good evening, everybody. Don Harris with my buddy Chuck McAtenick. It's week 2 of Thursday Night Lights, and Chuck, we were talking in the office this week. We don't think we've ever in our 17-year history of TNL had a number 1 versus number 2 matchup, and we've got those heavyweights tonight.
Is it too hyperbolic to say that this is the Super Bowl of San Antonio for week 2, right? I mean, you've got the defending 5A state champions from Smithson Valley, perennial 6A power, Brennan from the north side. This was a battle royale last year, maybe the game that maybe Smithson Valley took something away from and then went on a long run, but we'll get into that as the night goes on. This is going to be as physical a matchup, Don, as I think we've ever seen here on TNL.
Yeah, these teams are power teams in San Antonio, always among the best, and they are loaded with talent on both sides of the ball. Smithson Valley returns 8 starters from that state championship defense that dominated Highland Park in the second half of the state championship game up in Jerry World last year, and they are led by their big dog up front, Hudson Woods.
Yeah, we've got college kids abound all over the place in this ball game. All 4 of the defensive linemen from last year's team for Smithson Valley is back. Hudson's going to SMU, but he's got company. That is a big, young, strong dude. And you thought about how good Smithson Valley's defense was a year ago. You're right, 8 guys back. They had to bring 1 to offense to kind of balance things out. But both of these teams, it's going to be electric tonight to see what they do on D.
And like you said, one of the few teams to beat them last year was these Brennan Bears, and Caden Glass, their young quarterback, just another bright young star in this program.
Here's a guy that's been the guy with the keys to the car for the last 3 years, and head coach Steve Baser really loves everything about this guy. He can run it. He can throw it. He can do all the intangibles that a quarterback can do. Leadership, you name it. He's a star in the classroom, coming off a spectacular season a year ago, and really looking for big things from him this year, too, as the list of colleges begins to grow for Caden Glass.
This should be really special tonight. The great players, the great teams, a great rivalry. And we're going to kick it off shortly. We've got our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game next on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
We are closing in on kickoff here at Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, week 2, Smithson Valley and Brennan. And Chuck, these are 2 of the best coaches in the history of San Antonio. Time for our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game. What's the key for the defending state champs and Coach Larry Hill?
Well, you know, Don, as always, it's not going to be much variance with Coach Larry Hill's squad week to week, year to year, but for sure they want to win the kicking game. That was something they were really good in last week against Roosevelt in their blowout win there. Always protect the football and be on brand. And what we mean by that, play Smithson Valley football. Attention to detail. There's maybe no program better in the state week to week doing that.
Even then, Coach Hill knows he's going to have his hands full.
They've got a lot of things going in their favor there. They have excellent tradition. They've won at a high level for a long, long time. They're very disciplined. very disciplined in what they do. Their kids are very well drilled and well coached and buy into it. You can tell because they are locked in every phase of the game. They don't make mistakes, and then on top of that, they've got athleticism, they've got talent, they've got speed, and so you put all that together on a short week over at their place. Tall order for the Rangers.
Well, Coach Steve Bazer's squad had a close win over Reagan in week 1. What are their keys tonight?
Well, similar in that they want to win the turnover battle and then win the specialty teams, but you look at the high level of execution on offense and on defense. Coach Bazer told me before the game, he told his team, we can't be good tonight. We have to be great in order to knock off this Smithson Valley team, especially since Brennan got the upper hand last year.
Here's Coach Bazer.
They're good at everything. They're top 5 coaching staff in the state of Texas. Like you said, they're defending state champs. I mean, they're a storied program. There's not much else you can say. They're exceptional, and to beat an exceptional team, you got to be exceptional. So that's our goal this week, to knock out some of the things we need to fix and play the best game we can. Obviously, that's the goal every week. We want to go 1-0 every week. We went 1-0 last week, trying to go 1-0 this week on a short week. So that's a big challenge, and then a big opponent, bigger challenge. But the process stays the same, and hopefully we just got tremendous focus and so on and so forth, and can carry some of that momentum of winning last week into this week.
Two very disciplined teams, two very talented teams, and we're about ready to get it underway. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
We're getting close. The Brennan Bears have taken the field. Smithson Valley waiting on the far side, and we are getting close to kicking this one off as you see the color guard coming onto the field here at Gustafson Stadium. And we'll turn it over to our public address announcer as we'll have tonight's national anthem.
Presenting our nation's colors is the color guard from Brennan High School, the Texas 20101 Phoenix Color Guard. Commanding the unit this evening and holding the United States flag is Cadet First Lieutenant Jeremiah Morales. Bearing the Texas flag is Cadet Second Lieutenant Leticia Gamboa. The right guard is Cadet Second Lieutenant Ayana Davis. And the left guard is Cadet Second Lieutenant Noah Aguilar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand as you're able, remove your caps, as we now are very proud and pleased to honor our country and the men and women serving in our armed forces both in country and abroad. As tonight we play the national anthem, the Brennan Band is under the direction of Chad Taylor.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga Air.
Well, it's time for our Beluga Air Game Time Weather. It is 100 degrees, wind out of the east-southeast at 8 miles an hour, making it a fair night for football, but I would disagree. I think it's a great night for football because we got number 1 against number 2. Larry Hill, the legend himself, got his first state championship after all those close calls last December in a close game against Highland Park. His team really showed their mettle in the second half, and he's going against Steve Baser, who's put together one of the best programs in town, ranked number 1 yet again this year, and his squad will get the ball first.
Yeah, and even talking to Coach Baser this week, he's giving it up. He says, as far as I'm concerned, Larry Hill is a coaching legend. I mean, even their peers, obviously, but you just have to give it up for year in and year out. What Larry Hill has built at Smithson Valley, and then to break through last year, he had a whole community, a whole city, and a whole state really happy that he finally got the big one.
It's time for our first half kickoff. It's brought to you by the Good Feet Store. As you see, Makai Thompson there, one of the guys back to receive it. It'll come from Trent Amaya, the veteran kicker and punter who was all-district last week. This will be taken by Nico Oliver at about the 5, and he's tripped up just across the 15, and that's where the Bears will have it for the first possession of the game. The Brennan Bears, of course, led by Caden Glass. He's the veteran, all-district second-teamer a year ago, 5'9", 165. Last week he had 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 48 and another touchdown in that win over Reagan. Threw for 1,300 yards last year and 14 touchdowns. And it's first down for the Bears. He'll boot it out, throw it, complete it, and good for a long gain. Down the sideline, get a block and out of bounds. And they bring that back some after a flag flies right at midfield after the nice completion to Jay-Sean Mitchell.
Yeah, out of the RPO, you already see that Brennan opening up the playbook early in here. You're Smithson Valley, you read your keys, the next thing you know, you got a guy flying by you for a sizable gain, but let's check and see where the flag's going to put this ball ultimately.
Looks like they're bringing it all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
Holding against number 9 downfield. That penalty has been declined. Penalty holding against number 19 of the offense will be marked off 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Okay.
Still
so
first down.
2 flags. The one all the way up field is the one they'll decline. They'll take holding back here. And that's a huge kick to Brennan, who had a really nice play on first down.
Speaking of huge, you get a load of the Smithson Valley defensive line. Mercy.
All those guys, returners off that state championship team. And if you watch that game against Highland Park, you saw just how good they were. Glass looking for signals from the sideline here on this rush max first down, and now Brennan is going to take a timeout. They had that first play scripted. They loved it, and we'll take it with them. When we come back, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. Hey, check out our Gautier formal dress band cam. It's a Smithson Valley band. Boy, that Brennan band was great on the national anthem. Bearing through the heat here at Gustafson Stadium. First down and 10. We're starting all over after a penalty for Caden Glass and company. Ball's second effort there, third effort by the running back, Kai Thompson. He picks up a couple. It'll be second down and about 4. They're going to go fast here with tempo here. Will the Bears. Check that, look over, get the signal from the coach. 2 receivers split right, 2 split left. And then shows pass. Glass now scrambling for his life, cuts it inside, nowhere to go as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Those big defensive front 4, Kyle Bierman and Justin Robertson on the tackle. They have athletes all over the place. On the back end, it's Hunter Hogg, the all-district cornerback. Chuck, some of these guys are juniors, they're youngsters, but they played a lot of sophomores on a state championship team.
Yeah, Hogg started all 16 games last year, and they got him on offense too, so we'll be seeing a lot of him tonight.
Third down and short. Throw it to Thompson in the flat. He looked like he was going to pick it up, went to cut outside and comes up short. Let's see where they mark it. This is going to be an interesting decision for Coach Steve Baser, just how short he is.
It was a really good set of plays after the penalty, trying to at least get him in position here. I mean, they're mixing up the tempo, giving some different run looks, getting the ball outside, but yep, one cut more, that's a first down, but a little bit short, and a good stop. Good first series for this Smithson Valley defense to begin the ball game.
Torian Roberson will kick it away. Couple of Rangers back. Hogg is one of them. A flag flies way back here by the back judge, and I think it might be a delay of game.
The offense.
It is.
Fourth down.
So that'll back them up 5 more. Smithson Valley should come out of this with pretty good field position. High end over end kick. Fair catch called for. Collision down there. Takes a Smithson Valley bounce, and they'll be down inside Brennan territory at the 49 of the Bears. Another flag on the play.
There was contact with the guy that put his hand up to receive the ball, but it looked like one of his own guys ran into him, or was blocked into him at least.
We've had more flags in the first 3 minutes of this game than we had all last week.
There is no flag for kick catch interference. The defender was legally blocked into the receiver, into the runs right here. First down.
All right, so there's the explanation. A legal block, and the Rangers have their first look at it. Ty Knutson is their quarterback. Played a lot last year because Smithson Valley blew out everybody last year. Cade Spradling was their star, led them to the state championships, but Knutson got to play quite a bit last year. He turns and hands it off. Nice gain of about 6 on first down. That's Caleb Piegler. He started every single game last year as the starting middle linebacker on that state championship defense as a sophomore. Well, he's moved over to running back. Wants to play linebacker as well, and Larry Hill told us this week he might get his chance once they get a few games under their belt.
Yeah, I want to make sure that he's fresh at both spots. The guy's obviously a heck of a ball player.
Second down. Knutson throws it out, completes it, and it's going to be good enough, I believe, for a rush max first down. It is. They move the sticks as we take a look at those defensive starters. And boy, do they have some outstanding athletes. 4 all-district performers coming back, including the newcomer of the year, Aiton Martin, on the back end. Up front, it's Toll-Free, big number 0. And in the middle, 2 all-district linebackers in Jalen Gardner and Tim Cummings. Knutson fires and completes it. Breaking a tackle is Haug. He's still on his feet. Inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. Hunter Haug with a nice move.
Yeah, this dude's got size, speed, you name it, and he's not going to go down with little ankle tackles, as you can see. I mean, he broke 2 big tackles right there, and Smithson Valley is on the move here to start this ball game after a mighty impressive performance a week ago.
It's another rush max first down inside the absolute power red zone. Here's Knutson to Piegler. Piegler breaks a tackle, still on his feet. And good pursuit on the outside by that Brennan defense. And coming up with the tackle is Torian Roberson, the young man we saw punt the football away.
Torian Roberson, good ball player, and big brother played in the league, Derek. All-everything performer for the University of Texas and still playing professional football.
So it's second down. We'll call it 7 for Ty Knutson. A little fake and a reverse coming this way to the 20, to the 10. Nice contact, big tackle there by those Brennan Bears. Coming up to make the shot was Tim Cummings, the all-district linebacker from a year ago.
Yeah, shout out Elijah Prue at 14. They had this blocked up really well, but look at him able to shuck his tackle and at least chip in on making that play right there. That was going to probably go for a few more yards.
Quentin Sampson, the ball carrier, he's now split out to the left-hand side along with Haug. It's Piegler instead, right up the middle to the 5, leans forward to about the 3. And the Smithson Valley Rangers are knocking at the door.
Yeah, Piegler with a really quick foot into the ground. And the one thing that Larry Hill says they would really like to work on this year as the weeks go on is they're really comfortable with Piegler running the football, but they'd really like to develop guys as they go through the course of the year. They feel like they got some talent, but they really want to work on their depth to help Piegler get a blow from time to time.
Here's Piegler looking to get to the end zone, does, and scores. Touchdown Rangers. Caleb Piegler puts Smithson Valley on the board first. It's 6-0.
Well, picked right up where they left off last week, which is scoring and making it look easy. Nothing too flashy right here. Just give the ball to Piegler, let him find a hole, and then bully ball there at the end. Takes on a would-be tackler, lunges forward, and finds the 6.
Trent Amaya on to kick the extra point, and that's a rifle shot right down the middle. It is 7-0, and Brennan will have another shot at it when we come back.
Full media timeout.
Chris, did you fix the super? All right, welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We have some very special guests down here. First of all, Mr. Caesar, thank you so much for gracing us with the presence here. And Ms. Carolina Boreal?
Yeah.
I knew I was going to mess that up. I'm sorry. Joining us here, they're our title sponsor. Why did you guys decide to be the title sponsor of TNL this year?
Little Caesars is about family, so what better way to kick it off with Thursday night football?
Absolutely, and when there's football, there's pizza, there's wings, there's cheesy bites and all that stuff. So what's some easy ways for people to get their game day favorites?
So they can order online, and you can pick up with the pizza portal. You can come through our drive-through, pick it up quick and easy and all of that. So you have multiple ways to order.
Awesome. So what do you guys got cooking up, pun intended? What do you guys got cooking up right now? I know you brought some treats for us down here.
Brought stuffed crust, pepperoni. It has cheese in the crust.
Cheese in the crust. Well, that sounds divine. Let's get a bite of this. Here, let me say, I'll be the Caesar for now. I'll be Caesar. It's fine. Here we go. Bang. That looks good. I'm gonna get some of that too.
Yeah,
Sorry, Caesar. I gotta drop your thing here. That's delicious. That's delicious. Order over on the Little Caesars app. Back to you guys in the studio. I got things to do down here.
Matt is not going to have to worry about dinner on Thursday nights all season long.
We didn't have to worry about it last week, which was fantastic.
Oh, that was good. Good stuff.
How about the size of Smithson Valley and the speed on special teams even? It's pretty imposing.
These are two programs. If you're tuning in and you want to see what really good Texas high school football looks like, you're not going to find much better than these two programs. They execute at a high level. They've got talent at the key positions. They've got speed. They've got size. And they've got great coaching. They don't beat themselves most of the time. Second down and about 7. And Makai Thompson dances forward. Nice pickup there. Across the 30. Also third and short.
Brennan, they wouldn't have backed themselves up with that double-fisted holding penalty to start the ball game. I mean, they've had some success running the football. Play designs look good, but can't give Smithson Valley extra chances.
Another big play here for this Brennan offense. And there's that man again. First play of the game. Ja'Shawn Mitchell broke it. It was brought back because of the penalty, but boy, does he have burst. Just a sophomore.
See Brennan junking it up early in this game, already bringing wide receivers in to carry the football. A lot of different run looks already, and Brennan's going to go tempo here and snap it again.
Here goes Glass, and he picks up about 2.
Colton Hornsby having none of that, sniffing it out, but having said that, still a gain of 3 on the play as Baser tries to catch Smithson Valley napping.
That'll set up second down and 7. And Brennan in a little bit of a rhythm. That ball was thrown, miraculously caught. Great job by Glass to get it off under duress. Great catch by Thompson to grab it, but also a great job by that Smithson Valley defense to have both guys there to make it go for nothing.
Including Jacob Stover, who almost beat the ball to the player right there. Great job by the guy that's holding down the middle this year for Smithson Valley's defense.
So it's 3rd and 7. And here's Glass. Sends Mitchell in motion, looks over the middle, wants to throw over the middle, caught at the 30, at the 25, still on his feet, near the 20. Boy, what a dime to Donovan Lard.
How about your guy?
Let it rip.
Yeah, how about your guy Hudson Woods coming in like a freight train off the edge, but Glass, looks like a pro quarterback, right? Climbed the pocket when the pressure's coming from the outside, stepped up and delivered a dime on time.
Great throw by Glass, and Brennan is feeling it here on this drive. He's going to keep it himself. Goes right up the middle, and a nice gain of about 4 there on first down. Moves inside the absolute power red zone. And Donovan Lard, the young man who made that catch, one of our player profiles tonight. Brought to you by Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors. He's a 3-year starter, a team captain, does all kinds of community service, and excels in the classroom as well.
Yeah, it was good on TV talking to the press this week about this ball game.
Here's Glass on first down. Thompson's got it. They kind of had a little bit of a mix-up on the handoff on that zone read. Almost like Glass wanted to hang on to it. So there's a loss on the play.
Yeah, it's problematic when you've got an RPO, you're looking to see where should I go, and you look up and you've got, there's a guy to my left, there's a guy in the middle, and there's a guy to my right. Not a lot you could do when Smithson Valley literally whipped everybody up front on that one.
Devin DeToto, just a sophomore, number 18 there on the tackle. 3rd down and long now, right at the 20-yard line. First quarter, flying by here. Glass throws into double coverage, and it's caught after being tipped. Off the deflection, Jalen Kelly brought it in. Thought we had an interception for the Rangers. It just went through the hands of the defender.
Well, sometimes you need to get a break, and boy, did Brennan catch a break right there, right? That ball was tipped twice before it was caught.
So they pick up another Rush Max first down. That goes nowhere on first down. It'll be second down inside the Absolute Power red zone.
That's the thing about these defenders for Smithson Valley, especially up front, man. They're not only big, man, they're tall and long, and they make it really hard. Clog up those throwing lanes.
Second down and 10, 3 wide receivers split right. They run it that way. To the 5 is Thompson. And it'll be third and short. They can get a first down. It looks like about the 1.5.
It's like that was a great block by Ja'Shawn Thompson on that one. I'm sorry, Ja'Shawn Mitchell, number 20, really did a good job with his seal block. Sprung that for a big gain.
Glass hands it, and he's dropped for a loss. They ran that same kind of zone read, and this time Jacob Stover, who dropped that interception, made up for it by getting into the backfield.
Yeah, read and rip. It was just, again, nowhere to really go with the football with that one. Smithson Valley, very active defensively here to begin this ball game.
So that'll set up a field goal attempt from Axton Para. 25-yard attempt right as the horn expires the end of the first quarter, and the Brennan Bears are on the board. It's 7-3 here at Gustafson Stadium.
We're at a full media timeout.
So the Jalen Carter got kicked out of the game before the game even started for the Eagles because he spit on Dak Prescott. Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We are joined now by an attorney from the Gomez Law Firm, Armando Lara. How are you tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
So the Gomez Law Firm's been serving the area for 50 years now. What inspired you to join the Gomez Law Firm and start helping people through personal injury?
What inspired me to join the Gomez Law Firm was, joining a firm that really fights for its clients. And what inspired me to pursue a career in personal injury was because I saw how injured victims are often left in the dark after the accident. So I'm very happy to be part of a team that really fights for its clients every step of the way.
Besides TNL, how does the Gomez Law Firm back to the San Antonio area?
We love to invest in people and programs that strengthen our community. We support, the youth. We support local high schools. We support programs such as, Thursday Night Lights or Fiesta, or organizations that empower women, or programs that help serve our senior citizens.
Sorry, Don, you guys want to take us through that real quick, and then we'll come back?
It's Haug. It's that man Haug again. Ty Knutson with a dart on a crossing route, and it was off to the races as Smithson Valley gets back on the board. An 80-yard touchdown, we'll call it 75-yard touchdown pass to Haug, who showed off his wheels.
Just looks different, doesn't it? 6'3", can run like a gazelle, and once he got in the open field, by the way, all day to throw that football and let Haug run clear. I mean, that's good if we're playing touch.
Yeah, and just a dime from Ty Knutson. A great throw, great catch, and great wheels. Matt?
All right, guys, one more thing here with Armando before we get you back to the action. Insane play there. Nice call on the up top there, guys. So, personally for you, what does it mean for you to support the student athletes and the families in San Antonio through what you do?
Well, I learned a lot of discipline being a student athlete, so it really means a lot to me that Gomez Law Firm is supporting our student athletes and also building the foundation for them.
What'd you play?
For future generation.
What'd you play?
I played everything. Football, basketball.
What was your favorite?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yes, basketball.
He's going to be shooting, Jace. You should join us in the basketball season. We'll get back up to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Thanks to the Gomez Law Firm for their support of high school football. Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. Hunter Haug, the junior, played a lot last year as a sophomore. And it's hard to get on the field as a sophomore in Smithson Valley, much less a state championship team. He started every game. You can see why. You can see why.
You know, Larry was talking about, it's kind of fashionable to have guys playing both ways. Well, when you look and play like Hunter Haug, make it look a lot easier than it probably really is.
You saw his breakaway speed there as the Rangers go up 14-3. So Brennan trying to answer here. They had a nice drive, but it stalled out, and they had to settle for 3. And if you're settling for 3 against this Smithson Valley team, it can go south in a hurry. This Brennan team beat Smithson Valley a year ago. Not many people can say that. It's a mega furniture first down for Caden Glass.
Yeah, this all of a sudden becomes a really big drive for Brennan, doesn't it? As great as Smithson Valley has looked here on their first 2 drives.
Here's Glass. Penetration is good. Fires the out route. It's caught. Jaden McClellan, the junior wide receiver. And you can see the talent in that right arm of Caden Glass. But he's going to have a long night if they can't start giving him a little bit more time. Fires again in the flat. That time he missed it. Still looking for the same receiver as the last one, Jaden McClellan.
Yeah, McClellan ran a really good route on that last reception. Really hard cut and really gave himself some separation.
Glass doing a nice job rolling out. You see the velocity put on that. 2 quarterbacks who can really sling it here tonight. 2nd down and 10. Early in the second quarter, he's got 2 split, 1 left, 1 right. Thompson with him in the backfield. Now they bring McClellan in motion. Instead, they'll hand it off to Thompson, and he picks his way for a couple. Across the 40, maybe a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
Yeah, trying to run behind big Gabe Nelson up there. He's their senior stud, number 54. A lot of look-at-me stuff early on from Baser tonight.
Got to do a job to try to keep these Rangers off balance, because if they just line up and come at you, they're hard to block. That front 4 so imposing. 3rd down and 7. They bring everybody. Glass is going to escape that, pick up the 1st down and more across midfield down to the Smithson Valley 45, and that's a great move there. When they send the house, find a way to beat it, and he did it with his feet.
Yeah, Gabe Nelson's the only veteran returning from that Brennan offensive line from a year ago, and Caden Glass literally did a lot of that on his own right there. He's done an amazing job of climbing the pocket when the pressure's been there, and it's been there more often than not.
Another mega furniture first down for the Brennan Bears. In trouble, Glass, he's brought down and sacked, and a flag flies late. I don't know if we had a face mask or if it was a hold. Glass thinks that he was had a face mask. And they're consulting with the official on the near side.
Personal foul, face mask, number 90 of the defense. A penalty being forced 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first
That's
down.
costly on Kyle Bierman. That'll cost him 15 yards. It'll be another Mega Furniture first down, and that moves Brennan deep into Smithson Valley territory right at about the 30-yard line.
Well, they catch a break right there, but, you know, we talked about the youth of Brennan's offensive line. They are getting a very good experience tonight going up against this defensive front for Smithson Valley, pardon me. This is as good as it gets right here with these four guys.
Glass fires out into the flat, completes it again. And again, it's Jaden McMillan, and they found a little 5-yard gainer there, which you'll take every time. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out. And the red lights are flashing. So that's coming up later during the fourth quarter. Our school bus stop of the game. Second down at about 5. Glass going to keep it all the way himself. Runs into that linebacking core. And that was Colton Hornsby coming up to make the tackle. He's an all-district performer from a year ago. He's a senior. Over there was Stover. And they're joined by the sophomore, DeToto, in that very strong linebacking group.
Yeah, they got 2 back from last year. 17 was their leading tackler a season ago. What a great job filling the hole that time after, Brennan did a really good job blocking that one up initially up front.
So it's third down. We'll call it 5. They'll go inside to Thompson, and he picks up about 3, 4. He's going to be a yard short. He's going to be right at the 20. They need the 19. It'll be 4th down, and Bazer's running out 2 tight ends, little 12 personnel. Take a look at Colton Hornsby, part of our Ideal Precision Roofing and Exterior player profile. Started all 16 games at linebacker last year and was the leading tackler on this team, and also a member of that baseball team that went all the way to state. 4th and about a yard. Here's Glass. Gets it to the outside. Thompson's got it and more inside the 20, inside the 15, and another Mega Furniture first down.
It's starting to get heated here in the old ballpark. And when you're talking about the temperature, guys finishing plays, going whistle to whistle. Feels like a big ball game, 1 against 2, doesn't it?
2 very talented teams and motivated to win when you play somebody that caliber. Glass rolling left, wants to throw, has a man caught and roped out of bounds right at the 1-yard line is Donovan Lard. Great throw
missile, huh?
Wow. Just a missile.
Time on time. I mean, threw it over the second line of defense, and what a throw, what a catch.
What a tackle by Phillip Smith to save a touchdown. It's 1st and goal. A Mega Furniture first down, thrown, caught, touchdown, Bears. It's Thompson on the short little out route. Oh, excuse me, it's not Thompson, it's Donovan Lard.
Just talked about Lard a couple of seconds ago, hyping him up for what he does on the football field and the classroom. And what a huge answer by Brennan to come down and get their first touchdown of the night. Thought we'd see a defensive struggle tonight, and so far it's been anything but.
Just kind of found that soft spot in the zone, sat down, and Glass put it right on him. Closes the gap. It's 14-10 Smithson Valley. 7:45 to play here at Gustafson Stadium.
This is Little Caesars Thursday,
Timeout.
presented by
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We're here with another one of our key sponsors here on TNL, Joe Corchado and Beluga Air. As usual, fitted up as well as they always are. Alejandro joining us as well. He's not throwing rocks or pebbles into my shoes today, so that's a good start. Joe, you guys are with Scholar Athlete, excuse me. Why did you guys choose to sponsor TNL?
I just think it's important to recognize the students that are putting the hard work in the class, not just on the field. Being an athlete's one thing, but also being a student athlete's a big thing, so I think it's important.
That's why student goes first. It's more important. Getting into the September months, what should people know about their HVACs, about their heating units?
As we know, this year's been crazy weather, hot, rain, cold. Just be ready and prepared for any type of season, hot heater or air conditioning, so just call us for a maintenance and let's get ready for either season.
There's a lot of places people could go. Why should they choose Beluga Air?
Why Beluga? Because one thing I believe in as the owner and the management and all the staff is good morals, good ethics, no lying, no stealing, no thieving. Just give the customer the right options and do the best we can.
All right, here's the most stressful part of the entire night. Will Alejandro say the tagline? We're going to see.
Ready?
Are you ready to say it?
That's it. Don't blow your money. Call Beluga Air.
Alejandro, come on. Maybe next week, guys. Find out then.
We're going to keep trying.
We'll see.
We're gonna
Back
keep
up
trying.
to you.
Here's on point again for Alejandro.
He's got a little stage fright, but, you know, I think week 6, that's going to the over-under for Alejandro to say the tagline is week 6. I'm setting it now.
He's just keeping us in suspense.
Little pass out into the flat, and it's knocked down. Good pursuit there on the outside off the edge for Brennan. That's Jalen Garner. The linebacker came in there and I believe got a hand on it.
Yeah, really good job by Brennan really on this whole series right now up to third down. I mean, it just looks like they've upped their energy level and their physicality here and got a little juice after they've come down and scored that touchdown. So long way to go in this one, and you got to believe that whoever has the lead, it's going to give the other team that much more juice to try and go and then get it back.
Yeah. Hudson Haug, who had that great long 75-yard touchdown, probably would like to have that kickoff return over as he brought it out after making a difficult catch in the end zone, and he was stopped at the 5-yard line. They go 3 and out and only pick up a couple of yards, so they'll be punting from inside their end zone, and Brennan will have really good field position again here. Should have it around the 40-yard line when this is all said and done.
Now, just as important as getting that touchdown to get back in this football game, equally as important for Brennan to get their first registered stop of the night on defense.
So here's Trent Amaya to kick it deep. Ja'Shawn Mitchell back. A low spinner. Now watch it check up around midfield, but it'll be inside Smithson Valley territory at the 48. So Brennan will have the ball and a chance to take the lead when we come back to Gustafson Stadium.
Timeout. Media timeout.
Two, 3, 4, 5. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll send. Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. One of our newest sponsors is Rush Max, which is now by the manager over at Rush Max here in San Antonio, Ethan Vasquez. Ethan, how are you today, man?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing all right. It's always a good night when we're watching some high school football. Tell me a little bit about Rush Max.
So at Rush Max, we aim to help family disconnect from the outside world, from reality, and help reconnect with family and friends and help make new memories. We do that with our go-karts, our soft play, laser tag, bowling, all kinds of fun attractions, stuff like that.
What type of events do you guys usually host?
So we do host birthday parties as well as corporate events. We do also do all types of other events like lock-ins as well as field trips. So if y'all guys have anything planned, feel free to come by and we'll see what kind of deal we y'all.
Awesome. I might have to take Don and Chuck out there and beat them in some laser tag. How long has it been since they've played laser tag? We'll get to them in a second here. Where can people find you in San Antonio?
So we are located at Ingram Park Mall. We are the big purple and orange Rush Max side just outside of Exit 11.
Awesome. Well, Ethan, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for sponsoring TNL. Guys, do you think you can beat me in laser tag? Answer now.
No. Absolutely not.
He's asking us if we've ever played laser tag. I've never played laser tag.
Not once in my life. Not
Did you
once.
lose?
I had two boys, and they weren't interested in it either. There's third down, in trouble. Glass running for his life, and he's going to be slung down for a loss, and the Smithson Valley defense holds. And what a play by Colton Hornsby, the senior, coming up to make the tackle.
So Brennan's done a really good job, I think, trying to do everything between the tackles because they're so worried about what these defensive ends can do for Smithson Valley. And the problem is, Don, is that their DTs are pretty darn good too, and there's just been relentless pressure all night long. If it's not from the front four, they're getting the linebacking help too.
Well, just a fantastic job of that defense after kind of a flipped field position game, and Brennan had their best field position of the night. High spiral punt and a great catch by Haug. That could have been trouble, but he brought it in, and we're back in 15 seconds.
It's another guy got blocked.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Again, the same call as earlier. No flag on the play for the kick interference. The man was blocked into the receiver. Steve Baser not happy about the way that's been going down. Larry Hill
not happy that he doesn't get the benefit of one of those calls, and it was interesting. He was ticked off for about 2 seconds, and then boom, he's already on to the next play. Turn the page quickly.
Our Gautier formal dresses band can, taking a look at those Bears Spirit group. As Knutson fires into the flat, good coverage. Blanketed out there, 12 having a game.
Is that Jalen Garner?
Yeah, he came in and batted a ball down on the last drive. He was all over the intended receiver there. It'll be second down and long.
Yeah, they got Riojas as a 3-year starter, good cover corner. Yep, Time Todd they brought over from the basketball team, and mixing and matching, and really good job there by 12. Being the first guy to the ball. Textbook, too.
Knutson wants to throw it. Now rolls, fires, caught. Good jumping, leaping grab for Smithson Valley. That was Brody Witch on the grab.
Talk about the job the Smithson Valley quarterback is doing. You know, he did play in a third of the games last year behind Spradling, but man, he had a great week last week, and he sure looks the part here in week number 2 again.
Here's Piegler picking his way for a few. And again, it's Garner with the tackle. Yeah, he's a recruit. He's a definitely, colleges have their eyes on him, even as he was a backup last year to Cade Spradling. And you see why. He's the part. Tall, Strong, good arm, good athlete. Piegler up the middle. Piegler, first down. It's another mega furniture first down for Piegler. Caleb having a night.
He sure is. You know, and they've had to kind of mix and match. We talked about coming back from that state championship caliber team that they had last year. They had 8 guys back from their defense. Well, they moved 1 over to the offense, so you would think maybe it'd take a little time for the offense to kind of grow up before your very eyes, but not so much at Smithson Valley through 2 weeks. They've looked very, very impressive. Got stopped on their last drive, but chance to maybe get some points here before the end of the half.
New set of downs. Piegler and Knutson ran into each other, and that kind of ended all hopes for that play. He still picked up a couple, and it'll be second down and 8.
And that's part of the chess match that's going on, right? You had a very brisk moving first quarter. Both teams trying to limit the other team's possession on offense. That's part of the thrill this right now for Larry Hill's Smithson Valley squad, right? Yeah, you want to go down and get some points, but you want to milk that clock as much as you can, too.
Piegler tripped up. Good tackle. Jonas Brewster, the sophomore, came up and grabbed him around his ankles. Otherwise, that could have gone for a big game.
He played varsity as a freshman, Don. Yeah, just kind of reading and ripping right there. Led the team in tackles last week. It's the ball. He makes plays.
Only 5'8", 165, and not sure they're going to get this off before the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, Bazer's really excited to see what that guy's going to look like as a senior.
That ball's incomplete, and that will take us, we've got 6 seconds left.
We got 4th down. Looks like Smithson Valley's going to punt the ball, but that was a really darn good throw by Knudsen. I mean, heavy traffic, defenders everywhere, and just weren't quite able to make the connection, but really decent throw on the run.
Maya out to punt it away. This will be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. New to high school football in Texas this year. See it in the college and the pros. And now we've got a stoppage.
Prior to the snap. Delay a game.
Delay on Smithson Valley.
5 yards.
Back them up 5 yards.
4th down.
And they'll kick it again.
I always wonder about Larry Hill in these situations right here. You got to be ready for anything.
Great special teams coach, always has been. His teams have always had great special teams. It's what they're famous for. End over end. Taking on the hop. And right at the 20-yard line, Jay-Sean Mitchell is brought down. Check that. Nico Oliver
timeout
is brought down.
For the 2-minute timeout.
And San Antonio Sports and Valero are highlighting the T&L teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more from San Antonio Sports and Valero.
Every day, our high school and middle school coaches work hard to help athletes reach their maximum potential while also teaching life lessons through sports. Beyond the Game provides a platform to support our coaches as they develop athletes beyond the basic X's and O's.
Valero's commitment to integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service is reflected in every aspect of our work and community involvement. We're proud to partner with San Antonio Sports to acknowledge the next generation of leaders who embrace these values.
We are thrilled to have Valero on our team. They are a company that lives their values and makes San Antonio a better place for all of us. Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org and learn more about the program and nominate a team or individual today.
Our thanks to San Antonio Sports And Valero, for all they do with the Beyond the Game program, we love that program. Teams are doing great work in the community, teaching youngsters community service, and boy, has the athletic directors around town embraced that. Mega Furniture first down. Thompson picks up about 3. It'll be second down. They want to go quick here with this 2-minute offense. Second down and 7 for Caden Glass. Impressive performance by him tonight.
Indeed, he's really been good throwing it and buying himself some extra time.
And we've got another timeout. It's a Brennan timeout, and we'll be back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Ron used to love those things over here. 14-10 our score, 1:17 to play here in the second quarter. The Rangers lead the Brennan Bears in a good, close football game, just like we expected. Brennan trying to take advantage of this last possession. Had a great opportunity that did not go anywhere when they had the ball at the 45 after their special teams had flipped the field. Anxious to see Caden Glass run the 2-minute offense here. He can sling it. Those into the flat. Good pursuit. Thompson's got it down the sideline. Thompson dances out of bounds right at the 48-yard line. It's good for another Mega Furniture first down, and boy, does Thompson have speed. We knew his big brother did. Mikael played at the University of Texas and was an elite track and field athlete.
Again, it just doesn't happen unless you throw blocks, and you got Jayshon Mitchell again being the guy that's sealing up his guy and allowing Mr. Thompson to do his thing on the back end.
Glass steps up in the pocket, avoids the tackler, and crosses midfield. Tick-tock. We're at 1 minute. And as he gets 5 yards, it'll be second down and 5. Rolling out to his right, wants to throw the out, now keeps and gets out of bounds. Good pursuit by the Smithson Valley defense, Devon Dodotto, to run him out of bounds.
You know, they had Smithson Valley off balance right there, but the Rangers doing a really good job of adjusting late to that play and holding it to a small gain.
Big play right here, because I don't think if you don't pick it up, I do think if you don't pick it up, you don't go for it. You just probably run out the clock, because you don't want Smithson Valley to have a full minute at midfield. So
yeah, not to mention 3 timeouts left too, right?
They want to pick this one up. And they do. Thompson right up the middle, off to the races. Makai Thompson, touchdown, 47 yards, and Brennan is right back in it.
Throw back to the Bible with the parting of the Red Sea right there, man. There wasn't anything there, and then, yeah, there was.
His speed is elite, and Makai Thompson took it to the house.
Let's take a look. Right side, and wow, what a really good job. Guys moving around and pulling, and Eric Rodriguez and Derek Awanis helped to get that train rolling.
The extra point is up, and it is good. Brennan leads 17-14, 40 seconds to play here in the half.
Look at maybe Smithson Valley thinking about trying to pin their ears back and get to the quarterback, and you run a little trap, and right up the gut, it goes for 6.
You know, the key to that whole play, he got good blocking up front, but his burst just beat the elevator doors that were closing on him.
He's smaller than his brother, but he's getting a lot of college looks, as you might expect. I mean, you can't coach what he's got, right? And, you know, as gifted as his brother was, obviously playing in the NFL, I don't know if his brother had better hair, though.
It's one of those big C5s. Always a staple over here at Gustafson Stadium.
Yeah, a couple of those flying around here tonight.
And you know what? When you zoom in on them on the camera, they look like they're moving pretty fast. But when you're just sitting here and they're so big, they look like they're almost hovering or going 5 miles an hour.
Yeah,
they're so big.
Always gives you pause, right? You hate to be the bad guys. You see one of those flying around.
More whistles here. Stick around for the band grant. You want to make sure that you watch both bands because you'll have an opportunity to vote for our Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. Don't forget, we'll show all these bands all year long. The one that gets the most votes gets the band grant at the end of the season. So if you want to vote, follow the rules. You got to be 18. Scan the QR code there, 1 entry per person. And again, at the end of the year, we're going to make a band very happy because they can use that equipment. And it's always a staple thanks to Christus Children's. So we'll see what Larry Hill wants to do here. Newton wants to throw it. It's out. Ball's out. Brennan recovers. Guess who? Garner again. Came up, hit him on his blind side. Ball came out. Brennan recovers. I believe it was Jaden Johnson who came up with the football after Garner's big hit. And now Brennan has the football in 30 seconds and 2 timeouts.
What a turn of events right here. Smithson Valley trying to get their lead back and pressure from all angles, and nobody sees 12 flying through, and he plays a little game of separation.
He's had a batted ball. He's had a tackle for a loss. He's got a strip sack. That kid's got a night. All right, 33 seconds and 2 timeouts. Let's see what the Bears do here. Here's Glass. Looking left, now stepping up. He's going to be sacked, and they'll probably burn one here. And Baser takes the timeout.
There's your guy, Hudson Woods. Hopefully everybody gets up after that one. Looked like there were legs being tangled up and everything, but man, the play of these defensive lines tonight has been stellar.
And you know what's impressive is Glass's eyes are always downfield. He is not afraid to know what's coming, and he knows what's coming because Hudson Woods is one of those guys that's going to play at SMU next year. And he watched them win a state championship, but there's no fear. He's always thinking he's got enough time to make the play.
See, on that one there, too, he did the right thing, right? You start climbing the pocket. The problem is that Smithson Valley's interior guys did a really good job of just holding their spot, making sure that you start messing with the quarterback's eyes. There's nowhere to go, even when you're running from the outside pressure.
Kyle Bierman, Caleb Barrow, Hudson Woods, Justin Roberts. They're all seniors. They all played last year, and Hudson Woods was first team All-State. 6'4", 230, about 20 offers, and he's already chosen to be a pony up there on Hillcrest Avenue. Glass looks over the defense, drops back, fires to the end zone, double coverage, caught! Touchdown, Thompson! It's Donovan Lard again. I keep seeing 8 when it's 6, but Lard's got another score and another dime thrown by the quarterback Glass.
Well, we were told Donovan Lard is a guy that makes clutch plays, and that almost looked like they kind of did a quick hitter right there, right? Try to catch him napping. Let's see. Everybody, they're just kind of standing up and not maybe ready for a home run ball, but
what a dart.
Yeah, great throw, and Lard getting past the back end. Wow, what a turnaround here in the closing minutes of this first half.
The Brennan Bears get a touchdown, a fumble, and a touchdown all within about a minute.
We're talking about the catch that he made last week against Reagan. Ball was overthrown, but not when Donovan Laird's out there running down and tracking balls. And remember that one, too. I have a sneaky suspicion.
Okay, so they're going to enforce it on the try, and that's significant. The coaches won't kill you on the ensuing kickoff, but you turn this into a 35-yarder now for Axton Para.
Guys, just talking to Coach Baser, he said that they put that in this week. They wanted the center, the quarterback, and the receiver are the only people not kind of making or they're the only people that really needed to do something on that play. Everyone else is kind of playing dead, playing like they didn't really know what was going on. The only three people that know, the center, quarterback, and it worked to perfection.
Yeah, Chuck caught it. It was a kind of everybody just took off. You tell the officials about that before the game, too, so they don't blow it dead. And good on the officials, too, for letting them do it.
You can tell what this game means to both of these squads, right? I mean, all intents and purposes, we expect both of these teams are going to make long playoff runs again this year. But you want to know what your team looks like, right, against the very best. And I think you ask both of these guys, this is as big a test as they'll have all year, right? And so you see going to the playbook, maybe the back end of the playbook, showing some stuff early, and maybe you're not saving anything for district. It's like, we got to see if this stuff works now and then maybe build off some of these things that we're showing early. It's very impressive what both of these teams are doing here tonight.
So that penalty costly. That would have been good from 20 yards. Hit the upright. No good, so the lead is 9 instead of 10, and that ball will be brought out. Didn't work out well for him last time, and good open field tackle. And more whistles and another flag as
of the return team.
It's going to be a block in the back on Smithson Valley, so that'll back them up. And I'm sure Larry Hill just want to get to the
spot of the flag. First down, Smithson Valley.
Yeah, we've had really trench warfare going on here in this quarter in particular, right? It's really getting physical up front, in particular with Brennan's offensive line and that monstrous defensive line for Smithson Valley. These guys are going at it pretty hard. But a penalty on the point after. We've seen a couple more that may have led to that, right? There's been some close ones here where guys are really going hard, whistle to whistle.
All right, so 13 seconds to go. What will the Rangers elect to do? They've got a game breaker in Piegler. He runs it to the outside and is brought down, and that should do it. The Brennan Bears have rallied here in the second quarter to come from behind. Down 14-10. They score 13 unanswered. And they'll lead it 23-14 as they go into the locker room. Matt Roy trying to run down Steve Baser. And he's with him now. Matt?
All right, Coach, you guys go down 14-3 on that 75-yard pass, and I hope no one blinked because that was a pretty quick turnaround from you guys. What did you tell your guys after they went down?
Well, we told them it was going to be a slugfest no matter what. It's turned into a little bit of a slugfest / road race. And like you said, they got a 25-yard touchdown. Plays as well. Both teams play great defense. You just never know if it's going to be slugfest or somebody's going to pop something. But hopefully we keep popping it. But really proud of the way we executed there. There was a big change of events. Like you said, down 11 and being up by 9 or whatever it is right now. Big.
Yeah, Chuck just said on the broadcast, you can tell how much it means to you guys. And now you guys go into the second half. Brennan, we know Brennan fight never dies. What's your message to the guys in the second half?
Brennan fight never dies.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Make sure you stick around. The halftime show is next. We'll hear two outstanding bands, Smithson Valley and Brennan. It's our halftime show, and it's next. It's 23-14 at the break.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
A beautiful night. The moon is out. The bands are too. The Smithson Valley High School Marching Band is on the field now. We talk with their band director about this year's band. Take a listen.
I'm Mike Childress, the director of bands at Smithson Valley High School in Spring Branch, Texas. This is my 8th year with the Ranger Band. I began as the associate director here for 2 years, and this is now my 6th year as the director of bands. I began my teaching career in Floresville, where I was there teaching middle school and high school for the first 6 years. So I guess I'm getting into year 14 here. So our show this year is Welcome to the Jungle. We have some incredibly intense and moving, music. We're featuring styles and themes from really classical music, like Dance Diabolique by Helmsberger, all the way to the actual tune "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses. So we're sampling a lot of different tunes. It's going to be a blast for our audiences once we have everything out on the field. Visually, the show is reminiscent of a board game, and we have sort of that 1950s Panavision intense color scheme featuring several moments you'd find in the jungle. So we have, the winds are going to be explorers, our percussion and our color guard are sort of like the tribes, and then just some different animal encounters, all across the board. So it's going to be a really fun show. Last year was our third time to qualify for the UIL State Marching Contest. Our color guard is now also the defending state champion for indoor color guard. So we've got a strong group of students. They're moving and playing at a high achievement early in the season. So the sky is kind of the limit with great performers and a great show like this. We'll be hitting the road with contests coming up, starting with our first one will be actually at Texas State with Bands of America on September 27th. Definitely a special thank you to my staff. They're fantastic musicians and educators and friends of mine that helped me deliver on the vision, that we've created for this program. The vision that we have for these kids of being high achievers, but also having fun at the same time. Definitely special thanks to our band boosters. They support us every step of the way. We really couldn't do it without them. And then just with our community, it takes a lot for the band to be successful. Just having parents that are able to get these kids to all the rehearsals, to all the performances, and just help us get down the road. And it's be really tough to do this without all this help from these wonderful people.
What a fantastic band. It's time to vote for the Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. If you want to vote for Smithson Valley High School, scan the QR code on your screen right now. You must be 18 and live in our viewing area. San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute two schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. John Marshall High School football proudly gave back to their community by welcoming future Rams at Leon Valley on the first day of school. By dedicating their time and energy, the athletes created fun and welcoming experience for students, fostering school spirit, mentorship, and a strong sense of community. Eisenhower Middle School boys and girls athletics impacted their community by volunteering with the San Antonio Food Bank and hosting a food distribution event at Eisenhower Middle School, helping feed families in need. These athletes help provide vital resources to local families, reinforcing the values of service leadership in their community. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. 23-14 our score here on the DH Plumbing Halftime Show on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. The Brennan High School Marching Band getting ready to enter the turf now. This week we talked with their band director about this year's Bear Band. Take a listen.
My name is Chad Taylor. I'm the director of bands at Brennan High School. This is my second year at Brennan High School, but year 19 overall in education. We are very young this year. We have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but we also have great leadership, so it's just a great mix both ways, and that will help us continue to grow as a program. Well, our show is very exciting this year. It's entitled The Other Side. Basically, it explores the idea of someone exploring their nightmare realm and finding pretty much their alter ego. So it's very much involved. What you'll see at halftime tomorrow is not the full production. We'll be adding props starting next week, so it's kind of hard to imagine what the end result will look like, but the music should be really great because our kids work really hard with that. And once we get the props in, it's just about, adding the finishing touches to everything and making sure we have a cohesive production throughout all of the parts of our program. So starting probably the last weekend of September, we start our band competitions pretty much every Saturday until November. But this coming Saturday, we have a drumline competition in Dripping Springs, and our percussion group has been working very hard. So we actually officially kick off our competition season on Saturday. I work with a great team, outstanding team. Assistant Matthew Narvaez, Assistant Dylan Shaw. We have color guard director Ray Ramirez and Mr. Halliburton, Ashton Halliburton. They've been doing a great job with our color guard kids. We even have some involvement from our dance department, and that they'll be providing us with our characters for our show. And we also have some involvement from our orchestra and our jazz band that we have. Eventually we'll have an electric guitar as a part of our show. So it is a giant undertaking from a lot of different people here, and I'm the least important of them all. It's just about me being able to manage and organize and allowing everybody to kind of star in their role. So I'm very blessed to work here, very blessed to work with a great staff and a great team. In addition to that, I have outstanding administration here. Felt nothing but support since I've gotten here, and everybody's on board with this being a great band program and continuing our traditions here.
Well, you're going to hear now just how good they are, and if you like them, you can always vote for the Brennan High School Marching Band for our Christus Children's Band grant. Scan the QR code on your screen. You must be 18 and live in our viewing area. Again, our thanks to Christus Children's, as always, for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
All right, welcome back to our halftime report. It is now time for our Beluga Air student athletes, scholar athletes. Every week, TNL showcases incredible student athletes. At the end of the year, our sponsor, Beluga Air, will give a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students that we feature this year on TNL. Our David Chancellor introduces us to this week's Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Caden Glass is Brennan's 3-year starting quarterback. That doesn't happen often, anywhere, and it almost didn't happen with Caden.
The picks, sacks, fumbles, turnovers, and overall just lack of production. It was one of the worst.
His slow start changed 4 games into his varsity career thanks to his first coach, his dad.
He sat me down. We sat down and we had a 3-hour-long talk. And he was like, dude, you have to get up. I was at a point where I could barely even look myself in the mirror. And he told me I had to get up. It was really after that talk that I was like, okay, dude, this is varsity football. I even learned this in my junior year. This is varsity football. Bad things are going to happen. And it's how well you can process those bad things and overall, in the end, just get back up.
His mom, Kristen, is retired Air Force, which means Caden grew up with an appreciation for uniforms and heroes.
What's that like to have a mom who serves our country and, wherever you go, I mean, people should they thank her for her service. She's a hero. She's an American hero.
Right. She's my hero for sure. There isn't anybody who I love more on this earth than my mama. There isn't anybody stronger, in my opinion, who I can come home to, no matter if it's a good game, good practice, bad practice. Or I can come home to and say that I'm blessed enough that there's a hot meal on the table and a hug waiting for me.
Caden is building his own legacy. He's also a 3-year varsity baseball player, a member of the Honor Society, the FCA, and a volunteer at the food bank. But no matter how involved he is, school never suffers. Ever.
You ever made a B? Did I see that right?
Nah.
No B's.
Nah, that's not me. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for that A. I promise you. I'm gonna go get that A.
Smithson Valley's Reagan Moonchow is a big hitter on the court and an ace in the classroom. She is a 2-year varsity player for the Rangers and is in the top 10% of her class. She also enjoys the stage, performing all 4 years in theater, and she's a national thespian qualifier. She's a member of the National Honor Society, the Spanish Honor Society, and spends much of her time volunteering, helping at church and coaching the next generation of Ranger volleyball players. After graduation, Reagan would like to be an Aggie and pursue a degree in public health at Texas A&M.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report. It is 23-14. The Brennan Bears turning it on in the second quarter. Coming from down 14-3 to rally to take the halftime lead here. Time for our halftime highlights. Piegler, the Smithson Valley running back, got him out to a quick start, and then this was really big. The 75-yard touchdown from Ty Knutson to Hunter Haug. That made it 14-0. They get on the board to the Bears off this field goal by Trent Amaya. They at 14-3. And then the rally begins. Donovan Lard catches his first. Thompson split the curtains and went to the house. That gave the Bears a 17-14 lead. Then after a turnover, a quick strike, it's Lard again. They caught them napping rather. And Brennan takes a 23-14 lead. As the bands come off the field, the teams are coming back on, and we'll come back with second half action next.
Thanks for watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff. This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back. The second half kickoff brought to you by the Good Feed Store, and Hunter Haug will let that one go out of bounds. It does get in without going out of bounds. Got through the end zone. That's a touchback, so no penalty flag. Haug had a big 75-yard touchdown run in that first half. As we take a look at the first half stats, and Brennan on top, on the ground, in the air, total yards, first down, and on the penalty sheet.
Yeah, it was a remarkable first half by both of these teams. Obviously, Smithson Valley got off to a hot start, but Brennan closed the gap, really hit the home run on the long run for 6, and shout out to Jalen Garner, the senior, number 12. He's flipped this game single-handedly with the play that he made with the strip set.
Rangers will throw it out here in the flat. There's a flag down. Seen a lot of those tonight.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the offensive backfield. Previous spot, 5 yards. Repeat. First down.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 15. Larry Hill looking over his play call sheet.
We talk about these Brennan Bears as you take a look at Garner, who's already committed to Permian Basin. The young man broke his arm last year, but he's coming out with a vengeance here tonight. We'll see what Knutson can do here on 2nd down and long.
He's got 4 wide, 2 to each side. Instead, he hands to Piegler. Piegler is stoned behind the line of scrimmage as that Brennan defense came up from the linebacking position. That was Roberson coming up to make the tackle, along with Dada Tolfree.
Yeah, Roberson is a different body type than his brother, who's obviously a big defensive end, super twitchy, but this guy just as athletic, that's for sure.
You may be looking for Hogg and the speedster here. He's at the bottom of your screen. He looks this way, and he's under pressure and sacked. The Brennan defensive line answering.
Defensive player helmet came off.
Well, Steve Bazer's squad growing up before his very eyes. He really liked what he has going into this season at the skill position, but they're young up front on offense, and they're young up front on defense, but these guys are really starting to make their presence felt as we take a look at Tim Cummings, the senior linebacker, 3-year starter, team captain, big community service guy too, and a heck of a ball player.
And in on that last tackle. Knutson, play action. Now throws it deep, has a man there, and it's caught. Haug has the first down. What a great route. You just got to believe that they know that one's always going to be there. 3rd and long, and Knutson doing a great job of just seeing it the entire way and throwing a dart.
Yeah, everything is just smooth, and as you see, Knutson actually releasing the ball before Haug comes out of his break. Well timed, and then at the end of that, Haug doing really good work with his feet to get the sticks.
It's a rush max 1st down. Here's Piegler. He breaks a tackle in the middle of the field.
Just goes to show you, Don, too, you can't relax for 1 minute against either one of these teams, right? Smithson Valley comes out, they get a hold. I'm sorry, they get a penalty. Backs them up 5 yards. Then they stuff them on the run. And then bang, they hit you with a pretty deep out to get a fresh set. I mean, both of these teams, there's not going to be any quitting either one of them. I can guarantee you that.
That deep out was one of the best plays of the game so far. That was executed to a high level. Here's Knutson to Piegler. He's got a seam. He's got the first down, and he's got the 50-yard line across into Brennan territory.
And the one thing you got to like about both of these runners is they finish with authority, right? They're not going backwards. Even when they're contacted, they're moving forward. And that really showed up right there, especially when you give a guy that much of a head start.
It's a rush max 1st down for the Rangers. They bring Quentin Sampson in motion, run the reverse to him, and he's roped out of bounds for a loss on the play.
It was Jonas Brewster.
He's had a couple of those tonight, the sophomore, showing his speed to pursue the carrier and rope him out of bounds.
Yeah, very instinctual ball player for such a young guy. Everybody just kind of stayed at home. You know, a lot of window dressing with the reverse, and 5 has read that one all the way.
Set up 2nd down at about 12. Knutson wants to throw. Now he's keeping. He's got a lot of room to run. Runs a man over, trucks the defender, and gets to the 35-yard line. He was looking for contact like his predecessor, Cade Spradling.
Look at the foot in the ground right here. And then, as you said, the finish, very impressive. Get out of my way.
That was very Cade Spradling-like. It's another Rush Max first down. And the Rangers are on the move here. Running clock as well. Here's Piegler off the left-hand side. And Jonas Brewster again coming up from his linebacking spot to pursue that and make the tackle for a gain of only about 2. Maybe 3.
Cummings inside last week. So he might be going outside this week, but obviously Brennan really likes what they've got at the linebacking core. Cummings, one of the best team leaders they got there over at Brennan.
2nd and 7. This is keep all the way. And Knutson takes a big shot. He goes looking for contact. He wanted it, and he got it. That time, it was Roberson again. Don't forget, speaking of stops like that, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. 3rd down and 1. Knutson hands to Piegler right up the middle. He's got the Rush Max first down and more. And Smithson Valley making a statement right here.
Yeah, you're right about that, right? Looks like good old-fashioned bully ball right there. You just give it to the big guys and see who comes across their path, and let's see who's the bigger guy when we get down to the end of the play.
Yep, it's almost as if Larry Hill in the halftime said, all right, they've taken the lead. We're going to come out and say, you want to fight? We're going to show you what physical football is. This is reminiscent of that first drive in Super Bowl 30 when Emmitt Smith and the Cowboys came out against the Bills. Run it time and time again. Now they'll throw it out into the flat. That's caught. Breaking a tackle and then pushed out of bounds is the wide receiver Quentin Sampson.
Yeah, they're getting a really good push up front from guys like Gugliotti, 59. And then left to right, it's Bowman, Wheeler. On the other side, Glass and Verrett, who's the all-district guy. But this has been a mighty impressive drive, especially when you think that Smithson Valley had to overcome that first 5-yard penalty.
2nd down, about 4. Piegler to the 10, inside down to about the 8. He just runs with a full head of steam, and he too is looking for contact. We'll see if Steve Bazer's defense, he's imploring them right now to buck up. And it's going to be mano-a-mano right here. Strength on strength. Smithson Valley content to let the play clock tick down.
Yeah, they've owned this whole quarter, literally.
Inside of 10 seconds. It's Piegler again to the right-hand side. Follows his block, spins to the goal line. And he didn't quite get there. He's going to be marked inside the 1, about 6 inches short.
Well, if they can finish off this drive, it's going to be an 8-minuter. What a running performance by these Rangers to begin the second half.
And nice resolve there by Roberson to keep him out. You got to be thinking that big, strong quarterback on just a sneak here, no?
Why not? It's worked so far.
He'll go with Piegler, and he just dances in for the touchdown. And Smithson Valley is within 3 with the extra point to come.
Yeah, that was just give the ball to the freight train and let them go down the tracks.
Yeah, they were strategically trying to run the football and move the ball down and score, but they were also sending a statement with their physicality on that drive.
No question about it. You know, obviously things opened up when they got the deep out, but every run after that was good as gold.
We'll see if the Brennan Bears have an answer. It's within 2. Brennan 23, Smithson Valley 21 on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights.
Full media timeout.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
All right, what a drive by the Smithson Valley Rangers. And that young man right there, Caleb Piegler, for the night now. Piegler, 18 carries, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And we'll see what Brennan, and how, more importantly, how Brennan wants to answer here after that impressive physical drive. They'll have it when we come back. They'll try to answer what Smithson Valley has done so far here in the third. All right, here we go. Brennan's football, first down and 10. Glass fires over the middle, too high for the intended receiver, Lard, as the Bears came out trying to fire on first down.
Yeah, about what we expected tonight, right? 1 against 2, 2 A-plus programs going head-to-head.
It's lived up to the hype, huh?
Yeah.
Glass going to keep, cuts inside. Nice little read of the defenders and the blockers. Caden Glass. And they're going to move the sticks for another Rushmax first down for the Bears.
Can't say enough about the job that these Brennan Bears are doing on the outside with their receivers throwing blocks. Look at 19, Jaden McClellan. Can't seal any better.
Great block, great job of seeing it. Here's Thompson. He's still on his feet, across the 40 to the 39-yard line. A nice gain on first down of about 6. Here's our TNL top 10. You're watching 1-2 right now. Steele and Harlan and Piper round out the top 5. Then you got Johnson, who we saw last week. New Braunfels, Brandeis, Alamo Heights, and Clark. Cougars with an impressive Week 1 win.
Talk about some of these teams just being in our top 10. It's a long season, but you look at Alamo Heights and we're thinking, man, we probably got them down too low, right? Talk about Johnson, maybe we have them down too low, but it just goes to show you the amount of great ball clubs that we got in the area this year.
So much talent. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, I don't know, and I think it's just natural with the more schools coming up, but we've never had this many Division I college prospects all over the city. Jalen Cooper had a huge game for SMU this week. 5 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown for the Ponies, the kid from Steele last year. They're all over college football.
And they're all over town here, right? To your point. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. Everybody's got dudes.
And they're young. We got some sophomores here that are 4-stars. That was a physical first down run.
That's really impressive what Kai Thompson's doing, right? I mean, he took a lick, but look at how quickly he hits holes and great recognition. And those are some small windows in there in which to squeak through, but he's been really, really good tonight.
Yeah, his burst for the initial first 5 yards is noticeable. It pops off. Here's Glass, getting to the outside, cuts it inside, gets inside Smithson Valley territory. As we go inside 2 minutes here in the third. Coming up next week, South San and John Jay. We were looking forward to that one since the day we scheduled it. Then Heights and Clemens rivalry, Mack and Wagner, Churchill and Clark, Judson and Steele is going to be a good one. Burbank and Sam Houston, Southwest and Jay later in the season, which, you know, for reading the tea leaves, could determine a district championship. So we believe it's our best schedule in the 17-year history.
Yeah, you talk about young talent, right? Jay's got some. South Sam's got some dudes. I saw that with my own 2 eyes. We're looking forward to having them on twice this year.
Got a big defensive end being recruited by everybody.
2 big defensive ends. They're both juniors.
Here's Thompson up the middle again. He hits the hole so fast. This time again, he's got a good 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, a little tit for tat going on here in the run game, right? Want to play some bully ball, run the ball, run it down our throats on one end, and Brennan showing you they can do that too. This has been one heck of a nice response to Smithson Valley's last drive.
Looks of concern from that Ranger coaching staff as Brennan's moving down the field quite easily as well here. Here's Glass, wants to throw it deep, can't, running for his life. Smithson Valley's got good speed to force him out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. It was Colton Hornsby again tonight, who's really shown his athletic ability.
He really has, and man, these guys up front for Smithson Valley, they get pushes every single time. I mean, I'm almost getting tired of seeing Hudson Woods on their side of the line of scrimmage here. I know Brennan is, but you know, even when he can't get home, they got somebody else there to help clean it up.
Well, there's a reason he's got 17 offers. Third down, we'll call it 7. And I'm wondering if this might be 2-down territory, and you think 2 runs here. And now, after looking it over and not liking the defense, Steve Baser calls timeout. will take it with him. Boy, the bands were so good during this halftime show. And you're looking right now at our Gautier Formal Dresses band cam. Don't forget to vote for the band Grant as well by Krista Santa Rosas. Our thanks to Gautier Formal Dresses for being a part of TNL this year. Big third down here, 3rd and 7. Class on the inside reverse. Diving across the 35, a full yard short, and they get enough that I think Bazer's going to want to go for it here. And it's almost as if they called 2 plays. I liked that little counter inside handoff.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go, right? But a good tackle there on the back end to have them 1 yard short. And that's going to be the end of the quarter, so we'll be able to figure out, at least try to, what Coach Bazers has in store here to start the 4th quarter.
It's a good one. 23-21, a quarter left to play, 4th and 1 when we come back. We're back at Gustafson Stadium on
Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
We're back at Gustafson Stadium on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Start of the 4th quarter here between number 1 against number 2, the Brennan Bears. On 4th down, going to throw it, and they complete it. And that's that man of the hour tonight, Donovan Lard.
Well, Coach Bazer said the team that wins this ball game is going to be probably the most physical and then the one that makes the most plays. And that was a huge roll of the bones there by Bazer and company, but pays off.
Glass to Lard again. This time the Rangers close it quickly. It'll be a loss of the play, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe 1 yard.
You see who was in there on the play, breaking up the blocking up on that? It was Hunter Haug.
Smithson Valley's got great speed from Haug, and Hornsby is really, really fast as well. Second down and 10. Mega Furniture. First down was the last play. Glass keeps. Uh-oh. Did that ball come out?
Larry Hill is hot.
Well, let's take a look at it. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as replay in high school football, but it's fun for us to know. And it looks like he's down there when it was ripped away. So it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah. Larry Hill may have had a better angle. I think it's 2-down territory again, though. I don't know if they're in field goal range. Last fires one-on-one. Can he break a tackle? He cannot. Yes, he does.
Ball's out
That
this
ball's
time.
out. That's a scoop. Still out. And the Rangers have it. Physical football. Lard did an outstanding job to break 2 tackles, and then he was just walloped.
Larry had a little something for the officials on that one going, that was a karma payback.
Broke the first tackle.
Yeah, just a
second
player making plays.
And then right there, hat on the ball from number 5 of the Rangers, and that's Blaton Camacho. And he put his hat right on the football, causing the fumble. Smithson Valley has it down to with 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, Camacho's new to the defense. As we watch this next play from scrimmage, it's going nowhere. He's splitting time early on in the season. They're trying to figure out what to do there on the very back end, but they've got 3 safeties that they really like, and Camacho coming up and making a huge play in a 2-point ball game.
And I wonder if Larry Hill wants to keep that same momentum, that physical play. Showing some Ranger football. Still down 2. And they're feeling some momentum as they run the quarterback. But Brennan defense bows up and comes up with a stop. Now they'll blow the whistle.
I don't know if anybody has blown the whistle.
I didn't think that was even close. As you take a look at our Monarch trophies, our thanks to Monarch Trophy. For all your trophy needs, give them a call at 344-3777 or mtsawards.com. Monarch Trophy Studio with T&L from the very start. Coach will get one, and our player of the game will get one. And Little Caesar will hand them out.
Hayes are imploring his defense here on 3rd and long to try to get off the field.
Knutson fires the out. That's incomplete. Haug wanted some contact. He's not going to get that call. And it's 4th down. Man, if Larry Hill punts this away and Brennan was somehow able to survive that last turnover and the momentum that went with it, they will have dodged a bullet. See what Larry Hill has up his sleeve here. He'll punt it away. Good kick. Backs up the Bears. Caught at the 20, across the 40 to the 50, and out of bounds is the speedster for the Brennan Bears, Jay-Sean Mitchell. And Brennan's got it in business when we come back.
Unnecessary roughness on 95 of the kicking team. Penalty being forced 15 yards from the end of the run. First down. For an immediate timeout.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
All right, here's the stop of the game, and he's had a few of them. Jalen Garner with the strip sack, a momentum builder for the Bears as they gave him the ball back in the second quarter, part of that run that they went on to take the lead into the locker room. And that's our school bus stop of the game. And the Brennan Bears just got another. And there was a personal foul call on the Rangers, giving them great field position inside the 30. It's first down for Glass. He goes forward for about 4. And Chuck, I've been impressed with the toughness of Brennan. We knew Smithson Valley's tough. These are just big old boys that showed Highland Park how they could whip you last year in the state championship game. Brennan, in years past, with the DuBose kids and all of those athletes, have been kind of finesse, speed team, but they're not backing down from running it right at them. Thompson's been tough. Glass has been tough. They're matching their physicality so far. Not now. Big 99 coming in. Justin Roberts, 275 pounds. And he got Caden Glass's attention right here.
It's the benefit of running at Smithson Valley, right? They got big dudes, but they got athletic dudes too. And when they can pressure the quarterback, they're going to be able to do that as much as anybody in town with those 4 beasties up front, man. What a play by Justin Roberts from his D tackle position.
All right, you're Steve Baser. What are you thinking here? You're third down and long. Do you have to get a certain amount of yards to go for it? Do you punt? Or do you think a punt's not going to do you any good? Do you worry about trapping them back there inside their own 10? I don't know. Things Chuck will think about during the commercial.
Might need all the minutes, too.
We're taking it with them. And we're back, third down and 15. Interesting call here. He drew up some good ones, has Steve Baser tonight. Here's Caden Glass. Looking over the middle. Fires, has a man caught, drilled. Great plays by both players. Short of the first down. As Donovan Lard hung on to that and got walloped by Hunter Hogg, but he held on somehow. And that'll be 2.5, 3 yards short of the first down, fourth down here for the Bears, and that's obviously enough for Baszler to see to go ahead and go for it here. Tried to get them to jump off sides, they don't. Kicker
plenty
missed.
of time on the play clock.
Yeah. Glass going to keep. Glass has the first down and more. Into the red zone and across the 15-yard line.
Well, we can exhale a little bit here, but you're right, Don. I mean, what a ball, first off, by Caden Glass. Well, we can actually start with a play call because you know the strength of the Smithson Valley team is the 4 guys that they've got up front. And you know they got their ears pinned back and they're coming. So three-step drop, ball away, and then an unbelievable catch by Lard to reach back across his body to give them at least a decent shot on fourth down.
So it's a new set of downs. And there's Thompson. He goes out of the middle. He's free. Thompson to the 5. Thompson, touchdown, Brennan. They'll need the extra point. They lead by 8. Still a 1-possession game with 5:30 to play.
What a ball game. I mean, the ebbs and flows in this game and the chess match that's going on between both coaches, the rolls of the dice in week 2. Are you kidding me?
I just am still so impressed with Donovan Lard's catch over the middle on that 3rd and long. The Rangers will be breathing fire, trying to get back in it when we come back for the finish. 5:30 to play. All right, welcome back. It's our collision experts of Alamo Heights. Collision of the game. Donovan Lard likes contact, so does Thompson. Makai Thompson going right up the middle, showing his toughness, coming up to lay the hit for Smithson Valley was Phillip Smith. That's our collision experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game. So, Smithson Valley needs 2 scores. They've got 5 minutes to do it, and that's going to help them because the kick goes out of bounds. So they'll have better field position here. And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Welcome back. Brennan 30, Smithson Valley 21. Gautio Bandcam. Appreciate them this year coming in. Larry Hill calling the plays for his Rangers. And they've got their work cut out for them now.
They do indeed, but plenty of time. Obviously, they got to get a score and then a stop, but, you know, one play at a time, and let's see if you can make a dent.
Knutson going to Hogg, completes it. Got to bring him down. He's a great athlete.
Showing the respect that they have for Hogg. 3 guys over there in the area as we take a look at another stud, Aiden Verrett. Big fella up front. Splitting duties at both tackle and tight end.
Wears 2 numbers.
He sure does.
Don't know that I've seen that. First down. Knutson fires. Got a man. If he completes that, it might go. Just over the outstretched hands of the intended receiver.
Yeah, had a bust on the back end there, obviously. Great play design by Smithson Valley as Larry Hill tries to conjure up something in the cauldron here. See if he can get his team going here. He got 2nd and 10. Just a smidge under 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Again, plenty of time with the playmakers that they have, but got to make something happen here quick.
Braxton Sawyer, the intended receiver there. 2nd down and long. Give it to the running back who we haven't seen tonight. Much of him, that's Gunnar Shoquist. It's a nice gain. He's shifty. He got him within striking distance here on 3rd down and about 1. We have a Brennan Bear down. And Steve Bazer's on his way to check out a young man who's shaken up. And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
A lot of concern here as the Brennan Bear is down on the field. Larry Hill's a state championship coach. He's been in these situations before. He knows he's got to score, get the ball back, and score again. And we've said it a million times. There's not a better special teams coach in the state. So if somebody's got a onside kick that'll work, it's that guy.
And thankfully, Jonas Brewster is up on his feet and walking off the field with his head coach, Steve Bazer. As we take a look back and how they did it.
Cade Spradling was just, that game reminded me of 1970s good old-fashioned Texas high school football. Put your best player at the quarterback position, hand him the ball and let him run, see if anybody can stop him. Going to pick up the 1st down there on 3rd and 1. Chains move, but so does the clock as we tick near the 4-minute mark. Back to pass, blitz coming. And he's going to be sacked and dropped. Brennan with the pressure. Jaden Johnson back there. I'm not sure he was the first man there, but he helped clean it up.
We had time to throw, but eventually good guys are going to get home. 11 got some help from Dada Tolfree. And that's a humongous play by the Brennan defense.
Be 2nd down and about 20 now. Pump and go. They're down there, but overshot. Brennan playing it safe now. It's going to be 3rd down and about 20.
Ethan Riojas playing a little center field back there, doing a really nice job, making sure that that thing could not be caught. Still scary when you see 4 running free down there for Smithson Valley. What a huge target that guy is. Mercy.
3rd down, we'll call it 18. Down 9, need 2 scores. Incompletion stops the clock with 3:20 to play. 2 split right, 1 to the left. They'll fire that slant to Haug, and you got to tackle him. He went 75 the last time they did that. and a great tackle by Roberson. Otherwise, he may go again.
Yeah, well timed by Roberson, right?
And
give up those, you'll give up the short ones, and just don't give up the home runs here. And Smithson Valley's going to need a big play here on 4th down to keep this game open.
Alba might be feeling a little stinger there. Roberson gave him a lick. Pressure, fires, and it's going to be turned over on downs with 2:46 to go. The Brennan Bears hold and will get the football back.
A great job by Knutson, feeling the pressure and stepping up. Just a little bit too much mustard on the back end of that throw. And a huge stand by Brennan. Now we'll see if they can salt this game away with 2:45 left to go and up 9.
Impressed with both teams again tonight. Smithson Valley's going to be fine. They're going to be tougher than most of the people they play, more athletic, and certainly as disciplined, and will improve as they always do. They lost this game last year and won the state championship. Meanwhile, Brennan, I must say, has surprised me in some ways. Not just because they're good, they were number 1, but as physical as they have been. I knew they were fast, I knew they were athletic, but Brennan's not afraid of a fist fight, and they were in one tonight and never blinked.
Well, you have to be really impressed, to your point, about what they were able to do in the trenches, right? I mean, yeah, they don't pass the eye test when you're going up against Smithson Valley, but they kind of hung in there. And I mean, if you're Steve Baser, you're week 2, you know who you're playing, the defending state champs. I mean, that's a pretty impressive performance overall, and hats off to Caden Glass for making stuff happen with his feet very early on in this football game.
Yeah, they won the state championship last year because of that defense. That defense was, man, the story of the game. And they all came back. At least the front 4 did. A couple linebackers as well. And we're at the 2-minute timeout. We'll stay here. San Antonio Sports and Valero once again recognizing teams that have exhibited key values through their actions. To learn how parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams and individuals that go beyond the game, visit sanantoniosports.org.
Steve Baser, what a performance by your team tonight. Smithson Valley, too, we know they're not going anywhere. And Don, you know, it's interesting, you know, we got a chance to talk to Larry Hill this week, and, you know, he pointed out, he said last year at this time we were 3-2 after 5 games. Did you think anybody was picking us to win a state championship? So it just goes to show you how long of a road there is to go. And, you know, to answer his question, I think we both said no, we weren't picking you to win any state championships after 5 weeks of the season. But they were grit tested. You know, they lost to Piper in a close ball game. They lost to Brennan in a tough ball game. And they were the last team standing at year's end. But he's moved on, new challenges this year, and there's no question about it where we think both of these teams are going to be headed once the regular season's over.
And I bet you he uses all 3 timeouts here in the next few minutes. Lets it go here. 2nd down. Stick around for our post-game show. We'll give out the hardware to the victorious team and our player of the game, which is going to be a tough call. We've had a lot of good ones here tonight. Tick inside of 1:15. Thompson pushes forward to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and about 5, and Larry Hill will use one of his remaining timeouts. Smithson Valley still has 2 left. And we'll take the break with them as they lead it 30-21. Third down at about 4. Glass going to pick his way close to the marker, and I believe he's got it. The Bears coaching staff believes that he does. He does. They'll move the sticks. They'll stop the clock momentarily, and should be 2 kneel downs from here. $20 seconds to snap it. 49 total in the game. They'll probably wait it until the clock gets down to 0. 5 to snap it. 3, 2. They do. And they'll just need to do it one more time. Actually, they don't need to do it one more time. Great football game here tonight between 2 great football teams. Steve Bazer's like, come on, let's hear you. And they should. They beat a very, very good Smithson Valley Ranger team who knew they were in a fight tonight, and they got a good one. A lot of mutual respect between these 2 coaches, these 2 teams, these players, and a really big test win for the Brennan Bears, ranked number 1 in our TNL top 10, and they proved it tonight, having to beat the second-ranked Rangers, who are coming off a 5A state championship. Chuck McIntyre making his way down to the field, and when we come back, we will have the victorious Brennan Bears. We'll hand out our Monarch trophies and have our post-game show when Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights rolls on from Gustafson Stadium. Huh?
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
MVP, Mekhi Thompson, 2 touchdowns. Do you know how many yards he had? 129. All right. You there? Hello? Hello, 321, 321, 321, 321, 321, 321.